On-site, learning, the best education that you can actually get in the property world. Being around builders, contractors, being on site, understanding the processes, the cost, the things that go wrong, the things that go right, and getting that end product to where you need it to be to make the best amount of profit that you can. That is why I created my joint venture Earn and Learn program. HLE, Charlotte and Shy, they approached me to get into the development side of things. They were in rent to rent. They made the money and now they want to hop on to the next level of the property world, which is my world. So we decided to do a project together where they are on site today and they are at the next stage. So far, they've learnt about contractors, purchasing, they've learnt about specification sheets, how to break down stage payments, what goes into the process of a refurb and what it costs. Now today, they're on site to decide what we're having in this property because it needs to be based around the end user. So let's get straight into it.
So we're back and it's been a few weeks. Last time I was here, none of the plastering had been done. So to come in now and see all the plastering has been done, stud walls been up and plastered as well. There's been a lot of progress. There's been a lot of progress. So there's a few things we need to go over. However, we're here today to go over the interior, as now that all of this is done, it's the exciting part. Get the interior design sorted.
The best part,
Yeah,
I'd say.
And just figure out what's the plan of action. What are we going to do? What type of colours are we going for? Carpets, flooring, etc. So yeah, exciting times.
Yeah, should we go have a look around?
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's go.
So the style of the property is super important. So I had my contractors put some skirting board into this property before they turned up today, only in this room. And I wanted to see if they thought that this skirting board that's in here was fitting for the end user and the style of this house. The answer is no. This skirting board is what I use for my HMOs or multi-block units. That's why we have it. It was on site somewhere else and I've just had it placed around the room. I need to see if their level of education is here and they can see what type of things need to go into the property. So, colours, skirting board, architrave, internal doors, certain lighting with the switches and the plug sockets, kitchens, worktops, tiles. Do they see it? Do they have the vision? Well, that's why I'm here, to teach them how to do it correctly. So, let's take a look at what they're doing.
So these tiles on this flooring are absolutely beautiful. The original tiles, and I really would like to keep them. Shy's on board. I'm not sure about Steve, but it's okay. So when we jet wash them, they'll actually come up, so they'll be black, red and cream. So one thing in our Brighton properties that we have, our service accommodation units, the skirting is actually black and it has the cream walls and it looks so luxurious. So we'll pop something up on the screen just so you can have a look. I think it just gives luxury. It's a little bit quirky and something different. So I'm hoping we can jet wash these tiles.
I think this is going to be a traditional Victorian style house. I kept a chimney breast in the living room so we could make a feature. And the tiles on the floor in the hallways are going to be kind of similar to what's there already. So we're trying to keep some of the original features. So now they're picking the kitchen. I want to see what type of kitchen they go for.
So one thing we've been waiting for quite a while is the kitchen. So the kitchen will be one of the last spaces to be finished off. And one of the main reasons for that is the steel beams. That's what we've been waiting for. So last time we came, you would have seen that there was acros all along here. And that was basically just to hold the property up, basically, due to the simple fact that we was waiting for the steel beams. So now that the steel beams are now officially up, it's a case of getting some brackets for the timber, just to hold the timber up. Once that's all sorted, they'll come out and then all of this will get plastered up and finished off. Well, I'm really excited to get the kitchen sorted, as we all know, it's the life, it's heart of the home, it's heart of the home.
So, what do you think of these skirting boards?
So, one of the big things that we're trying to figure out at the moment is what to do with the skirting boards. Now, as you probably see, this is too bland.
They're not giving.
Especially if you know us. Especially if you know us, we're very big on aesthetic. So we are looking at considering a Victorian styled skirting board, which is it's like got the grooves in.
Yeah, it has the grooves, and I think it goes more with the aesthetic of the house rather than just the plain ones. I think it'll make such a difference, and it just gives it a little bit more character. Same with the architraves as well. I think if we add that little bit of a Victorian style character, it will continue it through the whole house as well.
100%, most definitely. And I think big thing for us is we want to make sure that the style from entering the home carries out throughout the rest of the house. And of course we don't want to do every single room exactly the same. However, you want to make sure that there's certain details which do just carry through the whole of the house, especially with one thing we're also looking at is what windows we're putting in. So we want to make sure that even with things that some people are just simple and basic, however, we want to make sure that the windows that we do pick do match these other finer details as well.
Definitely. So one thing I'm really annoyed about, guys, I'll be completely honest, I wanted a freestanding bathtub to add to the Victorian theme. Unfortunately, we couldn't do it. So I'm really, really upset about it. You guys know from the first episode, I really wanted it. However, we couldn't get it, but I know with the bathroom it would look beautiful, and it goes perfectly to the master bedroom as well, which you'll see.
So we're currently in the master bedroom, and we're trying to figure out what we're doing lighting-wise now. As much as we are maintaining a Victorian-styled aesthetic throughout the property, we still need to have a modern touch to it as well. So we're going to put some spotlights in, which we just need to wait for the electrician to come, and they know what they're doing, and they'll be able to put that in place. But one big thing that I think is very important is mood lighting. Now, a lot of developers, they'll put spotlights in, white LEDs. It can be very, I'd say, corporate. It's like being in an office. So one thing I'm trying to look at is what we can do lighting-wise, in addition to the spotlights. It just adds more of a mood light, if that makes sense. So if the spotlights are on, there's more of a yellow, comfy type of tone, especially because it's a family home. And when you're chilling in your house, of course, you want to make sure you're comfortable. If you're reading a book or so, and there's a certain type of vibe and aesthetic. So just trying to figure out what are we doing for regards to lighting. Spotlights are 100%. I'm just trying to figure out if we do some form of yellow LEDs that run around the trim of the bottom of the skirting, or I don't know. Well, that's why we're here today, to figure that out.
So if you followed this channel for a while, you'll know that I am somebody who likes to do things to an exceptional level. And I like modern, I like open plan, I like high glass, I like tiles, I like big windows, I like beautiful gardens with porcelain tiles. But this is a traditional style house. So this is completely out of my comfort zone. But I still know what needs to go in here. Now the guys are downstairs, and a lot of this house will depend on certain colours that are going to be used. So window colour, kitchen colour, tiles, carpets, laminate flooring. They've got free reign to pick whatever they want to pick. And it's quite interesting because I can hear them downstairs right now talking about a few things. So let's see how this house actually turns out.
So next up, we've got the carpentry. Now, of course, we've spoke about the skirting, the architrave and so on, but now carpets, flooring, what are we doing? Me personally, I think herringbone style would work really, really well, especially running up the stairs, maybe a carpet runner going up the stairs. However, you was thinking that what carpet just makes it more cozy.
Yeah, a nice plush cream carpet to add that homely feel. For us, we imagine this as a family home, so I'm constantly thinking, what can we do to make it more cozy? So I think maybe some cream carpets in the bedroom, and then the herringbone style floor would look beautiful. Then we need to look downstairs, don't we?
100%. I think the big thing for us is we're looking at this is, if we was doing this project for us to live in, what would we do? And looking at it from an investment perspective as well, if we're looking to take this on ourselves and then maybe sell in the next 5-10 years, what would be happy to live in and then potentially sell off?
So now our favourite part, some people hate this part however, the colours in the property. Of course, Shai also has a fashion background, so this is where he will really, really come in use here, I think. Of course, Steve's very much known for the neutrals, the nice greys, etc. With this property, we're doing something completely different.
100%.
It needs a pop of colour if we go with the Victorian style, and I think it's really, really important, especially in a room like this, don't you think?
Yeah, most definitely. So with this room is at the back of the house, and it is the darkest room in the house. So I think that's another reason for us why this room does need a little bit of extra splash when it comes to colour. And then just behind you as well, there is a door which doesn't help with the lighting. So that's been converted into a window as well. So I think with that change, and then of course adding the colour in here, I think it's to make a massive difference.
Definitely. I think the colours throughout the house is what we're looking forward to the most. So we're actually going to go home now and have a look, see what colour schemes we're going for, and then also pick out some exciting things.
Yeah. So we do. It might go crazy. Let's go. Okay, so we're back at the office now, and we're just having a quick look around online just to see kind of what we're going to do door-wise, interior doors and the skirting board. So no one was on site. We spoke about doing the black skirting similar to our one of our Brighton properties, which I'm sure we've inserted some photos of what that looks like. And I just think with the doors, I think the doors really do carry a very nice bougie aesthetic if the right doors are chosen. So I'm stuck between 3 at the moment. One is just for the living room, which is this one here. So it's black door with 3 glass panels, so you can see into the living room. And I think one thing I was thinking is when you go into the hallway, you've got the living room door on the left-hand side. And because it's quite a tight hallway, I feel like by having the glass door, it can open the space up a little bit more. Again, adds that kind of luxurious aesthetic, if that makes sense. And then going into the remainder of the interior doors, is this one in particular that I like a lot, to be fair. It's got like these slits running up and down. And I think with this, if we look at this one in comparison, this one again is really, really nice. But I really like that door handle as well. So I think if we carried that type of door handle onto the other door, I think it just carries a really nice, luxurious aesthetic. I think will just work really well. And then with regards to skirting, if I just bring this over to this screen. I know we mentioned the Victorian style of the property. And I think, again, instead of just doing your normal, straight, clean-cut skirting boards, I feel like something like this will add a really nice aesthetic. And again, it just carries out that mix between modern and Victorian style that we're working towards. So that's where we're at the moment. We've still got some deciding to do. Still need to run this by the rest of the team as well. But to be honest, I think with the options I've brought up so far, I think these work really well. Really, really well.
So Shy and Charlotte have been around the property and they did spot some of the things that I was quite worried about. But what is going to happen to my house? Are they going to make it what I want it to be? Or do I just have to trust in their vision? And finally, let somebody else control something. Is it going to work? We're about to find out. Join me on the next episode.